Ever feel like your business is making money, but somehow there's never enough to actually pay yourself properly or reinvest? That's not a revenue problem. It's a cash flow problem. And trust me, I've seen thriving businesses go broke because they didn't understand this one thing. Today, I'm gonna break it all down. Welcome to my platform where faith meets finances and strategy builds legacies. I'm ABA CPA, your CPA bestie, helping faith-led entrepreneurs make, save, and keep more money because profit isn't just numbers, it's purpose. And I'm here to make sure your business blesses you as much as it blesses others. I don't just teach business success, I speak what God says about wealth, stewardship, and walking in divine strategy. Now let's get into it. If you want to keep more of what you make, stick with me. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe and share button because we get into the real numbers that matter. All right, let's get into it. Why does cash flow matter more than revenue? You know how people always say cash is king? Well, they're not lying. You can have all the sales in the world, but your money is tied up in unpaid invoices, unnecessary expenses, or just bad financial habits. You're gonna feel broke even when you're not. Here's a wild statistic for you. According to the US Bank, 82% of businesses that fail cite cash flow problems as a major reason. Let that sink in. It's not that they weren't making money, it's just that they didn't manage it right. Cash flow is about timing, when money comes in versus when it goes out. Imagine you make $20,000 this month, but $15,000 of that is pending invoices. Meanwhile, your rent, payroll, and expenses are due now. That's how a profitable business can still be broke. But we're not about to let that happen to you. So let's talk about the biggest cash flow mistakes and how to fix them. One of the most common cash flow mistakes is not separating business and personal finances. Now look, I get it. When you're just starting out, swiping the same card for groceries and business expenses doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is. You have to separate your money. Think about it this way. Would you mix your personal savings with your cousins? No. So why are you mixing your personal and business money? Open a business checking account. Open a business savings account. Treat your business like an actual business. Not doing this makes your bookkeeping a mess and taxes an even bigger nightmare. The next thing is businesses don't project their cash flow. You don't need to be an accountant genius to do this. Just track what's coming in and what's going out for the next 30, 60, or 90 days. It's a game changer. I had a client who was making $10,000 per month but kept running out of money. When we sat down and actually mapped out their cash flow, we saw the problem instantly. Their biggest expenses hit at the beginning of the month, but most of their clients paid at the end. Once we adjusted for that, everything changed. I'll link a cash flow projection template in the description so you can start today. Another thing that's killing business owners is late invoice payment. This one is a silent but deadly killer. If clients are taking 30, 45, or even 60 days to pay you, that's a problem. There's a client who was owed over $40,000 in unpaid invoices but had no follow-up system. $40,000 just sitting in limbo. We set up automated invoices reminders at 7, 14, and 30 days, and guess what? They started to get paid within weeks. If you send invoices, follow up. Use software like QuickBooks, Wave, or even PayPal to set automatic payment reminders. You deserve to get paid on time. Another mistake business owners experience is that they don't set aside money for taxes. And I know the IRS does not care that you forgot to set money for taxes. They want their cut, and they want it on time. The general rule of thumb nationally is to put at least 25 to 30% of net income in a separate tax savings account. My tip is to ensure your tax planning and strategizing to ensure that your taxes owed can be paid, but above all else, we want to minimize those tax liabilities through intentional investing and other wealth building activities. But if you're not ready to just yet, here's an easy trick. Every time you get paid, immediately transfer a percentage into that account. You'll thank yourself when tax season rolls around and you're not scrambling to find money you already spent. So we talked about all of those problems. What are the solutions? Let's fix that. If you want to improve your cash flow, do these 3 things right now. Audit your expenses. Go through every single expense and ask, is this making me money? If not, cut it. or find a cheaper alternative. You'd be surprised how much money gets wasted on subscriptions, softwares, or services you don't even use regularly. For example, I spoke with a friend the other day and they were paying a social media manager, and that person wasn't even providing the service. They still needed to do all of the work in creating the content, posting the content. They were basically a social media coach or a social media accountability partner. Waste of money. Shorten your payment terms. If you invoice clients, make payments due in 15 days instead of 30 days. A lot of businesses default to net 30, meaning clients have a full month to pay, but that's not set in stone. You can absolutely negotiate. Even better, incentivize early payments. Offer a small discount like 1 to 2% if they pay within 7 days, or charge late fees for payments past the due date. The goal is to get your money in faster so you're not constantly waiting on payments while bills pile up. The third thing you can do is negotiate better vendor terms. Just like you want your clients to pay you faster, you want to take longer to pay your own vendors. This keeps cash in your business longer and improves your liquidity. Reach out to your vendors and ask if net 45 or net 60 payment terms instead of net 30. If you've been a longer customer or pay on time, they might agree. Some vendors even offer extended terms for bulk purchases. So if you buy in larger quantities, you might be able to stretch your payments further while securing the goods you need. Cash flow isn't about survival. It's about scaling with confidence. So tell me in the comments, what's your biggest cash flow struggle right now? Let's talk. That's it for today, y'all. Remember, wisdom builds wealth, faith fuels favor, and strategy turns hustle into harvest. Now go handle your business the blessed way. See you in the next one, and God loves you, and so do I.